Startup companies are in a very unique position in that they have to do a lot with a lot less people as well. Adapteva is one such company which has used the complete solutions of Magma in a highly integrated fashion, allowing them to provide and design a very complex silicon piece using very few engineers and yet making sure that the silicon is right the first time around.
Adapteva is a semiconductor technology company. We have a massively parallel multi-core architecture that scales from 16 cores to up to 4,000 cores on a single chip. We're basically all about low power. There's a paradigm shift where we went from single core to 2 core to 8 core, and to scale beyond that, you need a new architecture, and that's what we worked on now for 3 years. Anything that's battery operated is going to benefit from our technology because when you look at a battery, the longer you can run the battery, the happier the customer is. The lighter the battery is, the lighter it is in his pocket. So for us, with our low power consumption, we can make a difference there. I think if you look today, you see multi-core in smartphones and tablets, 1 core, 2 core, 4 core on the roadmap. Whereas we're today saying we can put 64 cores on a single chip immediately, and we're going to put 1,000 cores on a chip pretty soon. That's pretty transformative. And how do we get there? Well, what we did is we took every single component in our system and we designed it specifically for multi-core. And so we cut away all the fat and we made things extremely optimized so we can fit that many cores on a single chip. So today we're really the only ones that offer the kind of low power floating point multi-core architecture that some applications need. Examples include medical imaging for portable devices, airborne radar, but even things like general purpose application, math type processing in tablets and smartphones. At Adapteva, our flow starts with Talus. We started RTL at the architectural level, and then we use Talus to go all the way through GDS. And we use the Talus Flow Manager to make the flow easier for us in terms of scripting a number of lines of codes we have to add to the flow. And it's a great flow. We go through a single iteration in less than 12 hours. If you look at the back end, we run Quartz LVS, Quart DRC, and that takes less than an hour and a half. So if you look at RTL change to tape-out ready design, it's on the order of 13 hours for a fairly complicated design, which is running at 1 gigahertz, and it's got 60 microprocessor cores on a single chip. Having a strong relationship with an ED company is crucial. When you go down to 65 nanometer and then 28, everything gets worse. You get more and more effects that you have to worry about. It starts with IR drop, then timing variability, crosstalk, leakage, and so it's really important that you have a complete flow from beginning to end. And it's also very important that you have something that's easy to use, especially if you're a small startup company like ours. You need something that a single engineer can drive from beginning to end in a reasonable amount of time. And we found that with Magma from day one and been very happy.